finally.
Thank heaven.
Desiree, do you realize how late you are? Where were you?
I'll catch up. Your brother and sister and I have been very concerned about you.
I went for a walk. A walk?
In the park.
Are you trying to say that you took a walk through the park?
Desiree, it's bad manners to crumble your bread.
A walk in the park at this hour, but that's foolish. Anything might happen to a young girl alone.
I wasn't alone. I was with a young man. Yes, a young man. He came into our shop just before closing time. He wanted to look at some silk.
You walked about the town with this complete stranger?
He's not a complete stranger. He introduced himself.
Finish your soup, Desiree. It's cold enough already.
But that's scandalous. Someone you met at the shop? I still have my virtue, Julie, honestly.
You are impossible.
Although he did hold my elbow. I'm ashamed of you. Who tells her about these things, Marie?
It's not proper. This is not the way to behave. You're no longer a child.
That's the first time anyone in this house has admitted that I'm no longer a child. And you needn't be so unpleasant. I did it all for you. For me? I told him all about you, how beautiful you are and how bright. It was only half a lie.
Very clever of you, Desiree. It's time Julie met some young men.
Yes, and it would be so much easier for all of us if she had a husband.
Marie, will you kindly clear the table?
He's from Corsica, the young man, a refugee.
Refugee, indeed. Adventurer is more likely. It is very dangerous in these times to assume that...
Oh, Etienne, not again. It's been 5 years since the revolution.
But we don't know what this young man is about.
I told you he was about some silk. Anyway, what I've been wanting to say is that I've invited them to visit us tomorrow.
To visit us?
Them? He has a brother. He told me all about him.
2 adventurers.
It's disgraceful. They live in Marseille. The brother is visiting.
You will have to cancel that invitation.
But his brother is a general.
Even generals are suspect in these days.
But I've never seen a real general close up. Sometimes... Yes, sometimes. Sometimes my family makes me sick. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I love my family. I love you all.
Desiree, you'll have to accept one fact. Since Papa died, I am the head of the family, and I...
It really is not an upright thing to cancel an invitation.
Is he handsome? The one for me? Oh, very handsome by daylight, but I've not yet seen him by moonlight.
These adventurers, do they have a name?
Bonaparte or Bonaparte, something like that.
Bonaparte, what an impossible name.
Madame?
Good evening.
Buonaparte, sir. Joseph Buonaparte.
We were very happy you were able to accept my sister's invitation.
Thank you, sir. My brother, Napoleone.
We were also glad that you could come, Citizen General.
It was not difficult. I had nowhere else to go.
My brother means, of course, that no one else had been kind enough to invite...
What I mean is that after hearing Joseph tell of your charming daughters, I could have gone nowhere else, Madame Clary.
Yes. Shall we be seated?
Thank you.
Citizen General.
Thank you.
We shall have some wine presently.
Well, you have a lovely garden.
It's early yet, but when the lilacs are out and the climbing roses round the summer house, that is, the roses are out now, but in the autumn, the lilacs.
Your brother is very young to be a general, that is.
Not necessarily, Madame. Lafayette was a general at 20.
Has your brother been a general long?
Since last year, when he commanded the troops that drove the English out of Toulon.
Toulon, that is, Mademoiselle. I'm sure you've heard of it, have you not?
Sometimes my ignorance is beyond belief.
Would it be indiscreet, Citizen General, to inquire whether or not you're in our city on official business?
I have no command at present. But I shortly expect to be in charge of the Italian campaign.
Italian? But we're not at war with Italy.
It's my own personal idea. I've made it known to Robespierre.
Is it true that Robespierre has forbidden dancing in the streets and has closed all the houses of pleasure in Paris?
Desiree.
Please forgive my sister. Sometimes
Your
she does not
sister
realize...
has the happy faculty of saying the first thing that comes into her mind. She's without guile, a quality almost unbelievable in a woman.
Desiree does not drink wine yet.
Why not? Wine is very helpful, very strengthening, please.
Young girls do not need strengthening.
If you will permit me one slight contradiction, madam, they often do. Yes, Citizen Clary, we must press on to offensive war in Italy.
Offensive war?
It is our sacred duty to instill into all the European peoples our great idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity, and if necessary, with the help of cannon. And now, which one of you two ladies will be kind enough to show me your garden? You were staring at me in the parlor. What were you staring at?
Your uniform. I didn't think a general could be so shabby. You must be very poor.
I am, Desiree. Tell me, when do you think my brother and your sister will be married?
Married?
Yes, soon, I trust. They're made for each other. I spoke to Joseph about it last night.
But last night they had not even met.
Last night you and I had not even met. And here we are, arm in arm, in a magic garden. Flowers blooming, music playing.
We must hurry or we'll lose them.
Exactly. Confess, you must have thought yesterday when you invited Joseph it would be a good idea for your sister to marry him.
I thought nothing of the sort.
You must never pretend with me, Desiree. Wait. We'd better give them a chance to get better acquainted before they're betrothed.
I should like to know why you were so concerned about this marriage.
Shh, I'll tell you. Your family is obviously very well-to-do, and I'm sure that your father left a considerable dowry for you and your sister.
Do you mean your brother would want to marry Julie only for her dowry?
How can you say that? She's a lovely girl. In many ways, she's almost as lovely as yourself. I'm sure that Joseph finds her delightful, and they will be very happy together.
I'm going to tell Julie every word you said.
Exactly. That's why I'm explaining it to you so carefully. You see, I want my family to be well settled. Joseph will be the first. The others will have to wait until after my Italian victories.
And you think you can make people do just as you wish? That life will come out just as you plan it?
Have you ever heard of destiny, Desiree? Desiree, desired one. It's a beautiful name. It becomes you. I will probably kiss you before very long. And not for your dowry.
They play the Marseillaise every night in the park. It's always the last number.
Today that song is played throughout France. Tomorrow it will be played throughout Europe. A ragged army marching on wooden shoes. And you do not believe in destiny.
No one knows what's ahead.
Strange most people say that. I know what's ahead. I'm one of the men who make history. You laugh.
When I'm afraid, I always try to laugh. You lied. Wine is not strengthening. I wish the night could have gone on and on and on.
What are you doing?
I'm starting the diary Papa gave me. At last I have something to write in it.
Did he kiss you?
Julie, did yours kiss you?
Please.
A girl allows herself to be kissed only... Well, she allows... Oh, you still too young to understand these things. How can it happen so quickly?
Are you having a daydream up there?
Oh,
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking that life is really very simple.
Life is never simple, but I agree being in love helps to make it less complicated. Well, this is a rather attractive piece.
Oh, it's too brittle. This piece is better. See those gold threads woven through? That gives it vitality. It won't go to pieces like yours.
Vitality. You're a born silk merchant still.
Papa always said it was in my blood. This is for Julie's wedding gown.
Quite unfashionable. We haven't sold a yard of that since the Revolution.
But the ladies in Paris still dress
The ladies in Paris are no longer ladies. Today, everything they wear is transparent.
Oh, surely not everything.
General Napoleão-parte?
Yes.
We went first to your barracks, sir, but they told us we could find you here.
Well, what is it?
Warrant for the arrest of Citizen General Bonaparte.
Napoleon.
Was this issued with the knowledge of Citizen Robespierre?
I regret to inform you Citizen Robespierre was guillotined in Paris 3 days ago.
I must go with them. Please inform my family.
But I don't know where they live.
17 Rue Pavillon. Even on a warm summer day, the uniform of a sergeant of the Republican Army should be fastened according to regulations.
But where will they take you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Wait for me. I'll be back.
What have I said from the start? Adventurer. Well, this will be the end of him.